What's up? JP in the house. So tomorrow I will be going to Nagoya to meet some friends and stuff like that. But anyway, yesterday me and one of my homies we were talking, and he works at this one at a nursery school, not a nursery school, but a kids English school place, whatever. And he was saying how the kids, like we were talking about how the kids are like really bad and stuff, and some of them get into a fight. And I was telling about two of my students. One girl, I think, was in 3rd grade. And the other, no, one girl was, maybe she was in the 2nd, and he was in the 4th. And she was one of these girls that just talk a lot. Just talk the whole class. But she was smart because they were in the, the grammar class and stuff. So during class, she'll talk the whole time. I keep telling her to be quiet. She doesn't listen, right? So you get another kid come in, and he's in the 4th grade, and he talks a lot, and he talks the whole time. So he was out talking to her, so she started telling him to shut up, and he was like, "Who you telling to shut up? You shut up." And every day for about 2 weeks, them two got into it. I mean, some serious arguments going back and forth, and it was funny. But it was really interesting because it was like all of their lines were already scripted and they practiced them, you know. So evidently you would think that there was a time where their parents would go through these same conversations, say the same words. They're the way they were arguing, you swear you would think they were married and stuff. And I was like, wow, it was a trip. And it got to the point where I think the girl threw something at the guy. And so I had to talk to the parents and tell them, hey, you know, your kids are kind of messing up and stuff, you know, fighting, you know, a little too much. So it took like a couple of weeks for them to come down. Anyway, one of my friends, he said at his job, I think, well, not at his job, but one of his friends' job, and I think it happened like yesterday or something like that. What happened? These two 10-year-old kids got into a fight. One kid punched one guy in the face, and the guy that got punched in the face karate kicked the other guy in the neck. And then the teacher, you know, and it happened so fast, you know, the teacher ran and grabbed one boy, and the other kids grabbed the other guy. And it was funny because we were laughing and stuff because a lot of stuff that goes on in the classroom, the parents have no idea. And even if you tell them, a lot of parents, they don't care because, you know, their kids going to fight, especially they got siblings, they fighting at home. So they, you know, expect you to take care of that or be, you know, be a parent or whatever. But it's just funny. But anyway, when you're working and stuff, you come out here and if you have those problems, you know, just do your best to try to, you know, keep the peace in the class. But another thing too, when you're working, sometimes a lot of people get stressed out, and that's because they're trying to like physically or mentally or spiritually, whatever, handle their work. And you don't have to do that. You know, when you go to work, you do your lesson plan. You just let it flow through you. You don't have to make sure the kids say every word or anything like that. They want you to, and you make all the attempts, but don't worry about it. You know, it's not for you to say, well, you know, I did a good job or I did a bad job. It doesn't matter, as long as you deliver, because, you know, there are times where you just can't control what children do, and the stress is definitely something you don't need, you know. But it was just interesting. And then today, one of my classes in Yale, I spoke about this one girl who always talks about me and stuff, right? So today we did a lesson, and it was like I gave him a subject and some verbs and stuff, some subjects and one verb, and I had to match them up, like dog and eat, or cats and eat, or water and eat, and stuff like that. And they had to match them up and, you know, determine what articles are needed, if they're needed, and stuff like that. And they have plural and singular nouns that they did this with. And so we did the whole class, and one of the girls that always talks about me, she just was like giving all the answers and stuff. You know, the other, I think she's in the 3rd grade, and the other ones are in the 5th. And, you know, it was just really interesting that she did very well. And I was about to say, you know what, I told her, I was about to say, wow, you know, today you didn't talk about me. You know, but last week I said that, and she started talking about me. And then the week before that, I said, well, today you didn't cry. And then she just started crying and stuff. So I was like, well, I'm not going to say anything. So I didn't say anything. But I think at the last point, one of the students said, you need to really study Japanese because we can't understand what you're saying. And I was like, I just gave him my reasons and stuff. But it was funny. That was funny and stuff. But that's it, so I'm all peace.